Hi, it's Tracy. I'm going to talk to you about my reflection on the last part of the book. And I continue to talk about the objectification of women that continues throughout this story, which now becomes almost a way of life for both Jack and Neil. And at the end here, Neil meets Diane. And he says, "Oh gosh, Diane, I'm going to go live on a farm and have lots of babies and spend this wonderful life with her." And Jack says, "Well, that's kind of what you were doing with Carolyn. Like, why would this be any different?" Neil just has no respect for a relationship. And then Neil says, "Well, Diane told me and promised me that I can do anything I want and there'll be minimal trouble." So he thinks, well, he can continue to live this free lifestyle and Diane's not going to get upset like Carolyn did. So maybe he needs to move on to Diane and get away from Carolyn. So then he says, "Oh, Diane was the one who wasn't careful when she got pregnant, and that Neil didn't want this baby, and it was all Diane's fault because she was the one who wasn't careful, and it was all her responsibility." Again, more objectification of women, that it's just their fault, and when everything happens that they don't like, or that the men don't like. Jack's mom then gives a scolding to Neil and says, "I hope you'll be able to take care of that new baby that's coming and to stay married this time." Well, it's because now he's on his third, fourth, fifth, who knows how many women that relationship wise. I believe now Diane is the third. Kind of losing track. He just keeps going from woman to woman, trying to find the grass is greener type of a thing. And she says that you also have to be able to provide something for these children. You can't just keep running around the world. But Neil doesn't care. He just does what he wants. So then Neil buys a car with little money that he does have. He uses it all to buy a car to now drive to see Jack. And he says, "This trip is so I can go to Mexico and get a divorce from Carolyn and I can marry Diane. Because going to Mexico, it's cheaper and it's faster, and that's what I'm going to do." So now he spent all his money, drives again across the country, and now going to go south to Mexico. So the trip starts down there, and all they see are girls, girls. Neil can't help himself. Oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. All these women. So before they got to Mexico, Jack had promised Neil that he would get him laid. So they stop at a gas station and they meet a young man, and he takes him to this whorehouse. And oh my goodness, who knows how long they were there. Spent all kinds of money, drank, slept with all kinds of women. It was just a crazy, crazy thing. And again, no respect for, he's going to get married to Diane, he says. And now he's at a whorehouse. So this behavior, they leave there. Neil spent all his money, and now he calls Diane and says, "Hey, I can't get home. I don't have any money. Send me some money and I can fly home and we can get married." This guy, yikes. So then they're back in New York. Jack meets a girl there. He says it's a woman that he's always searched for. Now he's ready to get married, and he's only known her for 5 days. How does he know? These men, this story is so crazy. So then they decide to get married, and that's that. Neil arrives in New York to meet the new wife. They're going to go out with Henry Crew, and Henry says, "Nope, I'm not helping you anymore, Neil. You're on your own. You stay on the street. You find your own ride. I'm not helping you anymore. You've just done too many bad things." And then Jack really wanted to help him out, and he says, "If I wasn't married, I would have went with him again." So what is up with these guys? And then the story ends very oddly, where the dog ate the papers, and then they kind of assume what would happen. I was kind of disappointed.